chorizo corn chowder recipe with you. It's a great soup recipe for this time of year, end of summer, beginning of fall. Usually this is when I want something a little more comforting, a little more heartier, but you still have all of those fresh garden veggies left, whether you grow them or you get them from a farmer's market or your local grocery store. There's still tons of zucchini out there, fresh corn on the cob, and this just makes a really great meal to transition from summer. And if you're like the rest of my family who doesn't like hot soup when it's still warm out at dinner time, just make it a little bit ahead of time if you can and let it cool off, or even make it the night before. The flavors blend together even better when it's put in the fridge, and then just heat it up slightly right before you're going to eat it. They like it at room temp, so that's what I usually do. So I'm gonna start with, I have 4 organic russet potatoes. I'm leaving the skin on these potatoes because they are organic. Usually if I can't find organic for some reason, I will opt to take the skin off. You can choose to do whatever you want. It does add more fiber, and there's lots of vitamins and good things in the skin. So if you can't find organic and you wanna leave the skin on, that's awesome. And I have 3 large fresh ears of corn that I'm going to use. I also have 3 large zucchini. To chop about 1 cup of onion. I have a super large onion here, so I'm not going to use the whole thing, but it is going to end up being about 1 cup, and I have 2 cloves of garlic that I'm going to mince. About 1 pound of spicy chorizo sausage. I wasn't able to get it this time already ground, so I just bought the links and took the casings off. It was really easy. If you don't want to use chorizo, or if you don't like chorizo, for this recipe, you can use regular Italian sausage, sweet or hot, whatever you prefer. You can even use a ground pork, a plain ground pork sausage. So my onions cooked down about 5 minutes, just until they're like a little translucent. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of the vegetables in, the corn and the zucchini and the potatoes. Then I'm gonna put in, you can use whatever you want. You can use beef, chicken. Most of this is venison bone broth with a little bit of chicken. Stay close by because I did use hot broth, so it is going to come to a boil pretty quickly, and as soon as it starts to boil, I'm going to turn it down and let it simmer until the potatoes are, mostly the potatoes. We're worried about the potatoes being fully cooked because the corn and the zucchini will cook rather quickly. So it's just gonna probably take, once it comes to a simmer, about 10 minutes. Another thing is, it depends on the brand of chorizo or sausage that you're using, and it depends on your chicken stock or broth, whatever you're using there. The salt content is gonna be different in everybody's chowder that you make. So you're gonna have to taste it yourself, and now would be a good time to taste it so that the salt can get into the vegetables if you need it. winter time, I do add like a heavy cream, maybe 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of heavy cream. You can do whatever your family prefers. It's still the end of summer, so just for a little bit of a lighter version, I am gonna add milk. And then I'm going to use an immersion blender. If you don't have one of these, you can take out a couple of cups and put it into a regular blender, puree it, and put it back into the chowder. And that's gonna help to thicken it up a bit since we're not using cream. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Head on over to the blog simplyeatathome.com to get a printable copy of this recipe and subscribe to my weekly email list while you're there. Go ahead and hit the like button on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much again for watching and have a great day.